said, in honor of Bloodborne going free on PlayStation Plus, I've decided to make a new character. I've actually made a bunch of new characters since last time I streamed this. Platinum's the
Oh,
game
yeah.
and all that shit, but
Pale blood. Well, you've come to the right place. Yharnam is the home of blood ministration. You need only unravel its mystery. But where's an outsider like yourself to begin? Easy, with a bit of Yharnam blood of your own. But first, you'll need a contract.
so yeah, thoroughly jumping on that bandwagon. Yeah, sure, not gonna spend 2 hours in the character creation. Doo-doo-doo.
Good. All signed.
All signed and sealed indeed. Oh, that was an interesting move there. There we go. It's actually a totally suboptimal way to start the game, because if you die, you get your firearm, which includes 10 quicksilver bullets, and still get that drop there. So, strangely enough, by not dying, you're kind of nerfing yourself a bit in the beginning, but whatever. So just for shits and grins, I'm gonna see how far I can make it before getting myself killed. It shouldn't be too difficult to rush Saw Spear and just use that. I like how my character is strong enough to karate chop a chain in half, but not strong enough to deal any damage to enemies with bare fists. And here's a quest line that I missed entirely on my first playthrough of the game. A hunter must hunt. Alright. Dee. like how the Saw Spear, I'm convinced, was included for pity for the players who were dumb enough to pick Threaded Cane on their first playthrough. Another quest I completely missed on my first playthrough of the game. Yeah, I'll find the girl's mother.
If you... It plays one of Daddy's favourite. I've known Daddy... Mum. I do love how quickly Bloodborne starts throwing upgrade materials at you versus Dark Souls. Oh, I may have made a miscalculation here, because I do not have a gun yet, therefore I cannot interrupt these large huntsmen. Okay, so I just gotta bait this guy here. Please fall to your death. No, you're still basically looking alive. Okay. Cool. Well, that was interesting.
Alright, now that we're sufficiently armed, go grab the stuff that I wanted before the boss fight. Did that guy just kill himself by walking into the fire? Good pathfinding. I always forget about that guy. Reliably, every single time I play through Central Yarnum. Hi, doggy. Just from a convenience standpoint, I am glad that the enemies are pretty strongly leashed to their respective areas, because if this were Dark Souls 2, I would not be able to just run past everything. Taking a very roundabout route through the first area here. Yeah, I am a hunter. I don't know any safe spaces yet. Gonna have to get back to you on that one. Wow, these guys are pretty persistent, and of course I ran the wrong direction. Oh shit. We're just gonna scrap that idea entirely. They're still following me, aren't they? Yep. Ah, damn it. Okay. Pretty sure that's a shard, so I want that. Yep. Sucks for you, dummy. Alright, I'm pretty sure there was another shard down here that I skipped. Alright. And this is how you do Central Yarnum in only 2.5 circuits. Get killed by the brick troll. That'd be real good. In fact, I'm just gonna ignore this guy entirely. Start the boss fight. love it when I miss repeatedly. Oh, that'd be real good. Let me die to the deadliest enemy in Bloodborne, the camera. And there we go. Alright, that should give me everything I need to do to use the weapon I actually want to use. Oh hey, that's right, I didn't actually come to the dream yet. So, weapon, yeah, what do I want? I'm not gonna use any of these, but... let's go with Hunter Axe, why not? I am going to use you.
Welcome. Your ship. Just, this was one of what you'll need.
Yep, should it please me indeed. And it should. Best weapon in the game right here. And immediately return. On repeat playthroughs, it does kind of annoy me that the doll will never be conscious the first time you come to the dream, even if you have insight, even if you've already killed a boss.
Hello, good. I honor and you twin. Very well, let.
Do. And I'm gonna use Flame Sprayer, so...
Farewell, good.
Alright. All the stats we need. Anything particularly worthwhile? How close am I to the Hunter Chief emblem? Okay, just kill Gascoigne and should be there. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do at all. Sup, Brick Troll? How's it going? I'm gonna shoot you in the face. That didn't go how I wanted. Why am I missing these parries? There we go. Oh no, an angry mob, what'll I do? Alright, time for Daddy Gassy. Oh, shit, forgot to put the music box. Let me just tank a hit there. I have been missing Viscerals on bosses so much this week.
Sweet blood. Oh, it sings to me. It's enough to make a man sick.
There we go. like, I guess I'm just being too slow. Oh shit. Okay. There we go. That'd be real good if I died right here. Alright, transition to evening. Hey, buddy.
But tell him it'll be spread up.
I sure will. I will spread that word. See, there are some people who think there are weapons other than the Kirk hammer. And these people are just wrong. I love this entire area of Cathedral Ward, though, because it's basically like, hey, you don't have a +3 weapon? Well, you do now.
The moon is
Sup, Jerry?
Where?
Alright. Oh, and just enough to buy the lantern.
Oh, well, splendid. Your suit. Then tell them to upon this time. Well.
Alright, time to go grab the flame sprayer. I was gonna try to come up with a cute name for it, but really, I think it doesn't get any better than flame sprayer in terms of ridiculousness.
I'm afraid, but there's I can.
And I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time doing this, but sometimes this guy drops triangular gemstones. Which would be pretty cool. If he doesn't crush me, because I'm an idiot. Wow, okay. Death number 1. 47 minutes in, not bad. Lol is right. And really, this is just a matter of pride now, because it's not like the gem he can drop would even be good. Oh, wow. You know what? Fuck it. Learned my lesson. I'll just use the red blood gemstone for now. Yeah, I love that he's even included in the game, because it's just such a new player trap. Because there's no point in him being there. He's not guarding anything. It's a dead end, and most of his drops are pretty crap. I guess he's good for teaching people how to parry. Yo, what up? Yeah, I know of a safe space. Name of this run is going to be Missed Parries. Behind me, isn't he? Yep. But I saw that something like 7,000 people are streaming Bloodborne right now, so I guess everybody had the same idea I did, kind of celebrating it becoming free. Well, I found your mom, but she's hella dead, and I kind of want this brooch. So, how about I send you to your death instead? Then I'll take your hair ribbon. Yeah, I love how every NPC questline in this game just ends horribly. You know, the little girl dies, her sister dies, Eileen dies, Alfred dies. It's... You know, Gilbert turns into a beast. It's just like there's no winning with Souls NPC questlines. After I pick up the gear I want in Cathedral Wards, I should probably do some co-op. I'm sure there are some new players who could use some help, especially in this area. Oh, Jira? Yeah. He's kind of tough. You don't have to fight him, though. You can become his friend. First time you meet him, though, yeah, he's super annoying. Unless you're talking about the dude in the DLC, in which case, fuck that guy. Yeah, he is a very difficult encounter the first time you meet him. I mean, if you really want to kill him, you can cheese him with the Hunter Pistol. If you just keep spamming it, he will eventually get knocked backward off the edge. If you want a legitimate fight, it's pretty tough. But I typically do not kill him, because a little later in the game, there's a way that you can be his friend, and I like that outcome better. You know, I'm not trying to kill other hunters, you know, solidarity. It's a tough job.
you. Well, she don't offer me. I'd rather see her.
Yeah, triumph indeed. I wonder if anyone has actually calculated what the weight of the Kirkhammer would be, because it's clearly got a stupidly large volume. Do you typically fight Cleric Beast or Father Gascoigne first? Because it's much easier to help out with Cleric Beast most of the time. Yeah, I've found that the people that I've helped out with Gascoigne have a tendency to get themselves killed pretty quickly, especially once he transforms into beast mode. Yeah, Cleric Beast is always the first one I fight because you have to fight him to get the Sword Hunter badge, to get the Kirkhammer. And since the Kirkhammer is my favorite weapon by far, definitely kind of a requirement. Cleric Beast is at the end of the Great Bridge in central Yharnam. It's the one with the two Scourge Beasts, the big wolf-looking dudes on it. If you run past them and past the other enemies to the end of the bridge, you can skip all that and the boss fight will trigger. Alright. Got my armor set. Oh my god, it looks like I'm wearing an eye mask because of all the blood on my face. But yeah. Black Church Hunter set. Super aesthetic. I love it. Total battle done getup. Yeah, there's really not too much great gear in Central Yarnum. I mean, just the bog standard hunter sets. The saw spear is a nice weapon, particularly if you're running a skill build or something like that. Cathedral Ward has some nice stuff, which is why I like to get the Hunter Chief emblem as early as possible, because I like to have that stuff before I go into Old Yarnum. Oh, but you mentioned Jura, so you're in at least Old Yarnum. Oh, that means you've probably met Alfred, and you can summon him for the Cleric Beast fight if you have trouble with it. Oh. And although the Black Church set, like I said, is my favorite set in the game because of how it looks, the Black Church hunters aren't very good apparently because you see their dead bodies everywhere in the game. So I like to think I'm bringing up the average. Alright. Time to fortify the weapon some. Oh, that's right, I spent my insight, so Doll is sleeping. Alright, I think 20 is the highest I can go if I still want to be able to invade level 10s. I think 32 is the highest I can go if I just want to be able to co-op with level 10s without a password. How convenient. Alright, see if my weapon needs any repairs, then I'll go be nice. Maybe help out some people. I'm assuming this won't take too long if there are a bunch of players in game. Then again, Central Yarnum's always kind of tricky because a lot of people haven't figured out how to use the beckoning bell yet. Oh, speak to the devil. Hey, buddy. Where are you trying to go? Yeah, that's right. So, since I'm assuming we're fighting Gascoigne... Oh, you click right. Not right. You click the left-hand side of the touchpad. Alright! Another guy with the same idea. Man, I almost feel bad for him. Alright, let's see if we can help some other folks out. Since I'm feeling in a generous mood, get that out of my system before I start invading people. You need the Sinister Resonant Bell, which you can buy from the Insight Bath Messenger in the Hunter's Dream after you've collected at least one insight. So if you've fought a couple bosses, you should have a few insights and should be able to buy that and the small Resonant Bell. I'm digging this guy's fashion. Oh, hey, this guy's rocking the same setup I was earlier. Hunter set and saw spear. Alright. The Ruthless. I hope you live up to your name. Oh, that frame rate. So you're just running past everything, are you? Alright, boyo. Yep, and he's running to Cleric Beast. Wow. Got that visceral almost immediately. Alright, you're welcome, buddy. You probably needed the help because you picked Hunter Axe as your starting weapon. I mean, that's a little unfair. Hunter Axe is a perfectly fine weapon, it's just that it is so much worse than the Saw Cleaver or Saw Spear for Central Yarnum. Oh, whoops. Yeah, early game, the Saw weapons, like the Saw Cleaver and Saw Spear, tend to be better choices because they do serrated damage, which is an extra 20% damage against beasts, and basically everything you run across in the first part of the game is a beast. Alright, let's see if we can invade some co-opers, make things a little tougher for them. What's good about the Hunter Axe, though, is I believe it has the best rally in the game, so you have the most time after getting hit to regain your health by hitting the enemy. And its transformed mode is pretty good, particularly its charged R2, the spin to win. At least you didn't pick Threaded Cane, though. That is a difficult weapon to start with.
This town's finished.
Alright, well, thanks for watching. I hope it provided you with some entertainment. Be sure to give me a follow if you liked what you see. And enjoy Bloodborne. Oh, I totally misread that. I thought you were going to help someone right now. That's what I get for speed reading. Oh shit. Henrik's in here. Already? I didn't even talk to Eileen yet. Fuck. Okay, well I'm just gonna let him kill me. Shit. Okay, well, probably not the worst thing in the world. I do have poison knives, but that does mean I missed a gesture. I didn't think Henrik would spawn there until I talked to Eileen, but apparently I was wrong. I can't go online. It's okay. You're just forced to become a better player when you can't summon for help. Losing connection. Yeah, I don't really know what to tell you there. I learned a long time ago not to try to diagnose connectivity problems remotely. Oh, please don't kill Eileen. Please don't kill me, for that matter. There we go.
That wasn't necessary of you, but you have my thanks. We made it with our lives. You're not bad at all. You must have killed Gascoigne as well, then.
Damn right I did.
He was falling apart, I'm sure it had to be done. But try to keep your hands clean. A hunter should hunt beasts. Leave the hunting of hunters to me. Try to leave...
I wasn't paying attention. Did he drop my blood echoes when he died? Or is my stain still somewhere in the graveyard? There we go. Alright. They're pretty similar. Hunter set has better frenzy resistance, which will not be important this early in the game, but will be later on. Yharnam Hunter set typically has better overall defenses. Plus, I think it looks cooler. thing is, most of the sets in Bloodborne have such similar levels of defense that really just go with what you think looks cool for the most part. And I don't want to do Old Yharnam yet. But yeah, I tend to like the aesthetic of the Yharnam Hunter set better. Looks pretty cool with the tricorn hat and the leather lacing on the face mask. Wow, that would have been embarrassing. But yeah, I tend to think that the intended order of areas, as it seems the developers intended you to do, just based off of what materials are available, how early you encounter it, I feel it's a little off in terms of difficulty pacing, because, like, the game pretty well seems to direct you to Old Yharnam immediately after you're done with Central Yharnam. And to me anyway, that's a much more difficult area than most of Cathedral Wards or Hemwick, the place I'm in now. The boss especially, boss is way more difficult, but it's also pretty heavily gated off from you because you need to spend 10,000 echoes on the key to open the gate to actually get to this portion of the game. But I like coming to this area as early as possible because it's got a lot of upgrade materials. It's got some pretty good blood gems. One of which is triangular, so good shape for Carkhammer imprints. And I just think it's more fun with Old Yarnum. But if you want to do, like, any of the optional areas in the game, you have to go through Old Yarnum. And if you want to go through the special hell that is the Chalice Dungeons, gotta do Old Yarnum. That would have been real good if she pushed me off the cliff. Though another good thing about Old Yarnum is you get a positively stupid amount of blood shards there. I think just from guaranteed drops, it's like close to 30, something like that. Which is enough. Well, 32 shards is enough to fully upgrade 2 weapons to +3, which is very useful. It's also got a pretty cool weapon and pretty cool armor set located in it, but it's in a really out-of-the-way location, like, kinda hidden. I completely missed it on my first playthrough of the game. Because I was too busy running from machine gun fire. Be real good if I died to this guy before opening up the shortcut. You know what? I'm going to, just as an insurance policy, and go with a less subtle approach here. Oh, very nice, actually. That'll be a good third gem imprint. Magic pixel shit. Okay. That would have been annoying. Alright. Not gonna fight this boss just yet, because I don't believe in nerfing myself with insight during this boss fight. Plus, I've got a lot of stuff to spend. I need 3 more to do what I want to do. Alright. Get rid of this nasty insight.
Welcome home. What is very well let
I'll be nice, I'll push myself out of the level range that you can invade level 10 players with.
farewell, good mate.
Honestly, I typically prefer to get my weapon stronger as quickly as possible than pump endurance, because at base endurance, the with the Kirk Hammer, which is my preferred weapon, you get either 6 or 7 untransformed attacks, just the straight sword swings with R1, and so like just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is more than enough for most situations. Even heavy attacks, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you can't kill it with that, you probably shouldn't be fighting it. And even its L2 combo, 1, 2, 3, and that's the complete combo there. Dodging is so much less costly, endurance-wise, than it was in Dark Souls. Every time you do a dodge, like a roll or a quick step or that sort of thing, that's only using 10 endurance. So, again, at base endurance for this class, which is like 94, yeah, 93 stamina, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, you get the point. Endurance is not as important as it was in Dark Souls. That said, there are some weapons that consume a lot more endurance. So for most characters I stop at around 20, because there are other ways, other than leveling, that you can increase endurance later on, and I tend to prefer to do that. Plus, early in the game, vitality. Vitality is your number one most important survival stat. I'd recommend getting that up to 30 at a bare minimum. I prefer 40 or 50 for most builds. So normally I get my combat stats like strength and skill up as high as whatever weapons I want to use require. Then I pump the rest into vitality. Then after I'm satisfied with where my vitality is, I'll level up endurance to about 15 or 20. Then I'll start boosting combat stats. Ah, you finally decide to attack. Ah, damn it. Huh. Wonder why the follow-up hit didn't register. Oh well. Yeah, witch lol indeed. It's magic, eh? Ain't gotta explain shit. So that last one has like 1 hit point left. There we go. So that fight is much more difficult if you have insight when you're doing it, because the witches will constantly spawn the village madmen there, the creepy dudes with the sickles that appeared at the end. And those guys are actually much harder than the witches themselves. But if you Hunter's Mark out of the fight after it starts, you can spend your insights, and with 0 insights, those things don't spawn. Oh, thanks for the follow.
What is very well let farewell. Welcome. What very well let
Just a little bit short. There we go.
welcome. What very well let me. Farewell, good hunt. May
Alright, there's one more place I can go for some easy twin shards. That was stupid, and for a lousy item as well. But yeah, as you can probably tell, I'm a pretty big proponent of build optimization. Just allocating points where they're most effective and not a single point more than that. It comes out of habit from other games in the Souls series. It's totally not necessary. I mean, the difference between a build that has been optimally spec'd and one where you've just leveled up everything pretty evenly just to give yourself the most variety is really not that huge a difference. I'm not as OCD about it as some people, though. Like the people in the Bloodborne general on 4chan who are very adamant about you stop leveling at 98, so that's the optimal level for avoiding invasions from people who level up to like 150 and making doing the Chalice dungeons sufficiently difficult and, you know, not being able to be a jack of all trades and that sort of thing. And it's like, that's a little too much for my liking. This guy is the biggest shitter. Like, he does nothing but spam Ludwig's rifle. It's actually kind of hilarious. The first time I fought him, I actually did not even know that he had another weapon. Plus he has unlimited ammo as well, which is really stupid. His drop's really funny, though. 10 Quicksilver bullets, you don't say. Alright, let's see if I can kill both these guys. Nope. Well, I only need one anyway. Yep, other one despawned. Alright, not bad.
Welcome. What is? Very well. Let. Farewell, good hunt.
Yeah, I am actually a fan of the flame sprayer. Well, I like it for going through Old Yarnum, because it's pretty funny. What do I want to purchase? Probably bullets. Actually, I've got one more level that I can put in before
Welcome. What is?
I can no longer
Very
co-op with
well.
level 10s.
Farewell, good hunt.
Alright. Now I'll go do Old Yarnum. Yeah, just out of, reasons of aesthetic and personal preference, I typically like to do healing church weapons and garb. So stuff like Kirk Hammer, Ludwig's Holy Blades, Ludwig's Rifle, and Repeating Pistol, and that sort of thing. But since I'm kinda min-maxing this build, I really don't want to invest anything into Blood Tinge, so that rules out all of the Healing Church firearms. Because even the Repeating Pistol requires 8. And those are levels that I could spend elsewhere. Sup,
You're a
Alfred?
beast hunter, aren't you?
I am.
I knew it. That's precisely how I started out.
Bully for you.
Oh, beg pardon. You may call me Alfred.
I won't.
Protege of Master Ligarius, hunter of vile bloods. So, what say you? Our prey might differ, but we are hunters, the both of us. Why not cooperate and discuss the things we've learned?
Sure thing, not so lair.
Oh, take this. Beast hunting is... There must be... Go on. I bid you farewell. May the...
Did I forget to throw the lever? I think I did. I did. But yeah, my first playthrough of the game, which is available in its entirety on this channel. I completely missed Alfred at that location, so I didn't see him until he was moved on to his second place in the Cathedral Ward, and I was like, who the hell is this guy? Why is he acting like he knows me? Missed Eileen entirely on my first playthrough, which was kind of a bummer. Oh yeah, yeah. I did that as part of my first playthrough. It was pretty spectacular. I enjoyed a solid 4/5 of that DLC. The part that I did not enjoy was fighting Lawrence, because that was a pretty big slice of hot bullshit. Other than that fight, it was really good.
You there! Can't Hunter! Didn't you see the warning?
Yep, and I ignored it.
Turn back at once.
Nope.
Old Yarnum, but they have turned back for the hut.
Yeah, yeah, indeed. I actually had more difficulty with Lawrence than I did with Orphan, and I actually had a pretty easy time with Maria. But yeah, Maria was an excellent fight, though. Definitely reminded me of Sir Alon from Dark Souls 2 in terms of overall aesthetic of the arena that you fight in, and just Maria's speed and moveset. It was a pretty rad fight. Switch over to that because there's nothing worth shooting here. Yeah, I will say, this moment, my first playthrough, was pretty, pants-shitting inducing. It's like, oh, this doesn't seem too bad. And then hit with a volley of Gatling gunfire. You know, for somebody who claims he wants to protect the beasts, he certainly kills a lot of them with that damn gun. I guess that's a little bit like the Avengers destroying half of New York when they tried to save it. Alright, Hunter buddy, what you gonna do? Be incredibly predictable? Okay. Oh, come on, I want to be your friend. Oh my god. You put points into Blood Tinge. I'm sorry. I mean, at least you got to use Evelyn later? That's pretty good, right? Yeah, I can imagine that being miserable. Still not as bad as leveling resistance in Dark Souls, though. My first playthrough of Dark Souls, I got resistance up to like 20 or 25 before somebody pointed out to me that that was nothing but wasted levels. Oh yeah, I feel like the Bloodletters introduction was entirely to appease people who put levels into Blood Tinge. Yeah, I didn't know, like, poison sounded like it was gonna be a pretty bad thing in Dark Souls. So I was like, oh yeah, resistance sounds good. But I also did have the Black Knight sword drop from the very first Black Knight in the Undead Burg. So that was kind of an upside of that playthrough. Yeah, and I was such a shitter with it because obviously I did not have 20 strength and 18 dex when the sword dropped. And I was like, this looks pretty cool, I want to use it. And I was still pretty bad at the game at that point, so what I did was... Oh, that is really weird for a Crescent Blood Gem to... I mean, it's shitty, but it's weird that it would drop at all in this part. But anyway, in order to get enough souls to level up to use Black Knight Sword, I used the farming method where you just get the dragon on the bridge to kill the hollows for you and run back to the bonfire, then do that a million times. It took me a while to get good in that game. Oh man. That's pretty funny because those armor set pieces and weapons are not common drops. Dude, I don't think I've ever gotten a full Haid Knight set in Dark Souls 2. Yeah, with that kind of luck, he should invest in some lottery tickets. I know the reason I will never win the lottery. Well, number one is because I don't play. But number two, I used up all of my luck during a playthrough in Dark Souls where I had 4 Titanite slabs drop from the crystal lizards in the Great Hollow. I was in disbelief. Did I get that on camera? Unfortunately, no. I might have taken a screenshot. I would have to check my Steam. But, yeah, it was ridiculous. And the worst part was I wasn't even using weapons that took regular Titanite to upgrade. I was using Twinkling Titanite weapons, so it was like of no use to me. It's like, well, I guess I can get a full armor set to plus 10, which is cool. Oh, am I gonna pull aggro on both of them? Yep. I like how he kind of clips through the door before it breaks. Kind of dampens the surprise a bit. Love that guy. Hey, let me just stand in this alleyway and buff enemies with poison damage. That'd be real good. Yeah, remember how I said I would have like 32 bloodstone shards by the time I was done with this area? It's just a ludicrous amount, and most of it's guaranteed. Oh, you sent people to Yosefka's, but you sent the beast patient to the cathedral. That is bad luck. Oh my god. Really funny though. If you were streaming, it must have been entertaining for the viewers. Phase 3 is why I hate this fight. Go over there. Very glad you didn't stream. Yeah, people got to see all my dumb mistakes as they happened. It was a lot of fun, though. It was a good way to experience a first playthrough. Surprising number of people seem to enjoy watching somebody be really bad at the game. Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, Saw Spear is a great weapon. Oh yeah, yeah, Flame Sprayer makes that fight so much easier. It's also really good against Dark Beast Parl.
Most of the holy chalices, and the few were lost. But if one, yet it was the one of the attack. One of the.
But I got the chalice. Why are you still telling me that and not telling me about Odin Chapel? Go home, Cameron, you're drunk. But yeah, I started using the flame sprayer after seeing some people do like greater than cannon amounts of damage with it, because you can set it up like by you know, staggering an opponent, then hitting them with an oil urn, then using bone marrow ash for the first bullet of the flame sprayer, then hitting the enemy, and you can do like upwards of 2,000 damage with one hit if you're setting everything up correctly. So when I saw that, I was like, maybe there's something to this little tin can. I typically don't have the patience to do that kind of setup, but it is incredibly useful, especially early in the game. Yeah, about the craziest cheese I do is when fighting Amygdala in the Nightmare Frontier. Oftentimes I will use a +6 repeating pistol and bone marrow ash, and if you do that and shoot him in the head, you can actually kill him before you run out of ash, much less bullets. Unfortunately, when you fight him in the Chalice dungeons, that doesn't work. But yeah, God. Amygdala in the Cursed Tumeru Chalice is just like the worst fight in this game, and it's required if you want platinum. That almost made me quit. Oh shit, I forgot to re-equip my blunderbuss. Great concept for a fight, though. I wonder how they pitched that. Hey, I've got this idea. What if we took a boss and gave him 4 times his health from the base game and made it so you had to fight him with only half of your health? Well, what happens there is your blood pressure goes up a lot. And you put your controller in grave danger. Hey, good job. Yeah, I also fought Gascoigne before I fought Cleric Beast on my first run. Because, I mean, honestly, Cleric Beast is not the most obvious first boss in the world, because you have to go past the Scourge Beasts to get him. Increase controller sales, Sony will let us make another exclusive. You know, I think you may have discovered the entire reason for the cursed dungeons. I didn't even think about that, because, you know, Sony's Japan studio helped with Bloodborne, so had that first-party involvement. Oh, no, 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 no! Oh, damn it. It's not like I needed those twin shards, but it would have been nice. Surely there's something else I could have upgraded. Rip bonus, buddy. Yeah, the jankiest way I ever lost a Wandering Nightmare was in Nightmare Frontier. One of the little ones straight up clipped through the floor. What do I do with badge? Oh, all the badges do in the game is unlock additional items for sale from the Bath Messengers in the Hunter's Dream. Now, there are two ways you can go about getting to the next area for you. You can buy the Hunter Chief emblem, which costs 10,000 echoes, and that unlocks the main gate in Cathedral Ward, and you can go that way. Or, if you've killed Blood-Starved Beast in Old Yarnum, the door to the Old Church Workshop opens up, and you can fall through the rafters to the bottom of that and go through a little section of town and take an elevator up to Cathedral Ward. You end up in the same place no matter what route you take. But yeah, I like the Cleric Beast fight because after you kill it and get the Sword Hunter badge, it unlocks the weapon that I'm using, the Kirk Hammer, which is by far my favorite in the game.
Welcome home, good hunter. What is it you desire? What? What is this? A yearning, something. What's happening to... Tell me, hunter. Could it...
Yeah, the weapon designs are great. I kind of prefer the having a bunch of unique weapons, like not having as many weapons as Dark Souls, but every one of them has a completely unique function. Yeah, I've heard you can do some crazy things with the rifle spear. I know that rifle spear and cannon is a very popular boss killer combination, because you can parry the enemy with the rifle spear, and then you can shoot him with the cannon for massive damage. Kirkhammer time, yes. Kirkhammer's a great weapon. I love it. Alright. Might as well upgrade you, because why not?
The healing church will once they work today, but they have so have said.
But I already been there, Garmin. Yeah, it's a straight sword. It's a hammer. I feel like the hunters just got real fucking high in the workshops. I mean, probably. They're always talking about burning incense to keep the beasts away. Will I use the Holy Blade ever? I think Bob the Builder would love it. Can we fix it? No? Alright, smash it then. Before I level up any further, kinda wanna go co-op some more. But I can level up a few times and still do that, because right now I can be summoned all the way down to level 10, starting level for most classes. Bob the Builder definitely would be a powder keg. Yeah, I can see him liking the boom hammer.
Welcome. What is... Very well, let...
Alright, I'm comfy with that. The workshop heretic Bob the Builder.
Farewell, good may...
I mean, it's perfectly understandable to miss things in Dark Souls. Like, I missed nearly all of the NPC quest lines in Dark Souls on my first playthrough. Oh, that's right. Henrik's Garb. I'm bummed that I forgot to talk to Eileen before the Henrik fight, though, so missed that gesture. Minigun oops. It happens. how do I pass him? Alright, the easiest way to deal with Jura is not to deal with him at all on your initial visit to Old Yarnum. Just instead of climbing the ladder up to try to fight him or anything like that, if you continue past the ladder and into the church and just go downward, that's the direction that you want to go. And once you've gotten down into the lower parts, you no longer get shot by him. You're out of his range. But for the most part, easiest way to deal with him is just to run. Maybe my buddy won't fall off the cliff this time. Yay! The first time I did this section of the workshop, I was playing on a monitor that I had the brightness turned down too low, so I didn't see the rafters. And I did exactly what I just did there. Alright. Let's try that again, hopefully with less falling to my death. That's an odd place for my stand to show up. Out of context, that sounded a lot dirtier than I intended it to. Ah yes, the beast-possessed soul. Who's a good buddy if you do the Chalice dungeons. Just shows up all the time. I keep dying. One thing to remember about Jura and the minigun is he can't fire it forever. He has to let it cool down eventually. So if you wait and try to move only during the cooldown period, you should be able to get past him. And, like I said, you don't need to go through Old Yarnum. You can buy the Hunter Chief emblem for 10,000 echoes from the Bath Messenger, and that'll open up the door to where you need to go in Cathedral Ward. And that way you can come back to Old Yarnum when you're a little bit stronger. Yeah, that is the trick. It can be a little difficult to hold on to that many echoes early in the game. In fact, I should probably go spend these before I do what I'm about to do. Oh, wait. I've killed more than 3 bosses so far, so I know what I need to do. Talk to everyone's favorite practitioner of the world's oldest profession.
Oh my, what a queer scent. I can take it over the stench of what is it then? I'm off during hunts, and besides...
No place for
no
ladies.
place, drag you. Oh, thank goodness. You're a hunter, aren't you, dear?
Damn Skippy, I'm a hunter.
Might you know of a safe place?
I know a bunch of safe places.
Please, Emma. Oh, thank you, dear. Perhaps I'll see you there.
You're not from around here, are you? Well, an outsider who's come to join the hunt? You what? What, you think I'm a beast? And step away from my castle. Oh, enough. What, you think this is? Well, I certainly don't. I'll have nothing to do with you. Well, what's this two-bit nonsense you're peddling? I heard you told that wench about some shelter. Well, she's a damn fool to trust an outsider. Why? Well, Ursel. Oh, you... yeah, sorry. Too sharp for that bollocks. Outsiders.
You weren't lying. This is a safe place. Thank you. I am in your debt. I'd like to tender my thanks, but I can't imagine what to offer. All I can give is my blood. But would you even take a whore's blood?
There is no other kind of blood that I would like more.
Oh, good. Come close, dear. Don't worry, I've done this before.
Ah, the hunt, thank you. Well, he don't offer me much. I'd rather see him. And I've never been any use to anyone, you see. Just...
No insight. Don't really need to level. Guess I'll just buy some armor. Alright, time to go get myself kidnapped. $4,000 gone. Oh, that blows. Though you get used to it, the game has a way of crushing your spirit so it can rebuild you up stronger. In some of the later Chalice dungeons, I lost over 200,000 echoes. It was great. Of course, at that point, the game is just throwing echoes at you. It got to the point where I didn't really want to level my character anymore because I wanted to stay within, like, the PvP meta. And I just had to find things to spend them on. So I ended up with the max number of every consumable item in the game. Like, every weapon, every armor set. And I still had some left over. But yeah, early game, any real big losses of echoes can suck a lot. Dude, I was so confused during this part of the game when I discovered it organically, and the worst part was that was on a character that was only like level 20 when I discovered this section. And of course, I was immediately like, oh, clearly I need to fight Dark Beast Parl. And I attempted it a bunch of times and got really angry at the game until one of my friends who was watching me, you know, politely pointed out, yeah, this is closer to an endgame area.
By your garb, you've come to save me. Oh, thank you, dear saint. I have no words to express. You can take. Sure. Oh, thank. I was. There were many.
So then this perhaps it
Do you know? Oh, I pray kind.
You have 95 stamina. That's a pretty good amount, honestly. You know, some people like to get it up to 100 or 110 pretty early on, but like I said, just not very many actions consume a lot of stamina in Bloodborne, so it's not as important as it was in Dark Souls. I'd say unless you find yourself running out of stamina frequently, there's not a whole lot of reason to upgrade endurance. Oh, still alive, are you? But yeah, early game, vitality is the most important thing. Gotta get that HP. how long have I been streaming? 3 hours-ish? Okay, I'll probably end up killing Dark Beasts and Vicar Amelia, then call it a night. Hey, Piggy. Oh, poisoning. Don't do that. Alright, it's time to put down clever message for free ratings. Nothing there yet. Hi, doggy. fucking... Oh, super screwed. Oh, fuck. That was dumb on my part. That was some bad aggro management. Probably doesn't help that I'm kind of tired right now. Didn't have any caffeine today. Oh good, it looks like one of the dogs has my echoes. There we go. Alright, let's try this again. There we go. Yes! Wow. One hit point left after that. Alright, that's everything in this section. Let me get killed in a real stupid manner. Giant skeleton indeed. He did not pick up my echoes. Okay, that's mildly worrisome. Was it the other one? Or did I actually leave a stain? It was the other one. Fuck. Oh shit. And missed completely. Oh god damn it. Oh, just call me Lemony Snicket, because that was a series of unfortunate events. Alright. Good. I didn't want to have to deal with the dogs as well. Brilliant. Okay. Spend some of these echoes that are burning a hole in my pocket.
Very well then. Farewell, good mate.
6,000 even. Actually, I should think forward to what I'm going to be doing later. Alright, let's go smack around a dark beast. I'm usually really terrible at this fight, so I might die a bunch. Just keep dying. That's kind of the rule of the game for this. Fortunately, there aren't too many encounters where I feel the game is just outright unfair. Let me die immediately. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah! I hate when I feel like I have to tank the lightning hit, because if it hits you mid-dodge, you will die. God damn it. I've heard that if you use the monocle, you can cheese them from outside the fog gates with fire bombs, but I've never been able to get the angle right, and I've been too lazy to find a video on YouTube how to do it. There we go. Yeah, so score 1 for the flame sprayer again. And now we're gonna find out that Jura's not such a bad guy. Playing Bloodborne while watching you. Man, you're doing better than I would. I am super not able to multitask like that. So yeah, if we enter Old Yarnum from Graveyard of the Dark Beast, and don't kill any beasts on the way to Jura.
Well, well. How did you get in here? It's no matter. What brings you to Old Yarnum? I've no interest in matters further up. But you must not disturb this place. The beasts do not venture above, and mean no harm to anyone. If you still insist on hunting them, then I will hunt you first. You understand me?
So you can spare the beasts of Old Yarnum.
I no longer dream, but I was once a hunter too. There's nothing more horrific than a hunt. In case you fail to realize, the things you hunt, they're not beasts. They're people. One day you will see. It's time you got going. But first, a farewell gift. I have no use for it anyway.
So yeah.
What is it? Go, I say. You have the whole night to dream.
Pretty cool guy. Actually, he gives you a badge and a gesture. But yeah, your first visit to Old Yarnum, he's a proper dick.
Welcome home. What is it? Very well. Let me. Farewell, good hunter. May you find.
Alright, time to go murder some clergy. I always thought this was a pretty rad scene. Yeah, it's one of the more gratuitous scenes in the game. Alright. And still have one bullet left over. Wow, I was right. See, love the flame sprayer.
Master Willem, I've come to bid you farewell.
Oh, I know, I know. You think now to betray me.
No, but you will never listen. I tell you, I will not forget our adage.
We are born of the blood, made men by the blood, undone by the blood. Our eyes are yet to open.
Fear the old blood. I must take my leave.
By the gods, fear it, Lawrence.
I love how Lawrence and Willem are probably the two most singularly important characters to the lore of Bloodborne, and you know next to nothing about them. You get nothing besides that one cutscene, essentially. Also, I started DS3, and it's so weird to go from Bloodborne to that. I want to be offensive all the time because the game almost feels faster paced. Yeah, that's definitely true. I don't know, I feel like Dark Souls 3, I definitely was more aggressive in that than 1 or 2. I mean, rolling was just so damn cheap in terms of stamina. But, yeah, what do I want to do now? If I really wanted to hate myself, I could start the DLC. But, as it stands, I think getting all the way past Amelia is probably good for one session. And I am feeling pretty tired right now. Also hungry, so I need to eat something. So, with that, I will bid you goodbye for the evening. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, go ahead, give me a follow. And I will probably be streaming some more of this playthrough sometime during this week, or certainly during this period where Bloodborne is enjoying some newfound popularity. So, I will see you later.